Welcome back to Lego by the Book. Today I'm going to be building set 75254 ATST Raider from the Mandalorian series on Disney+. This set was sent to me. I do not remember by who, but they are awesome, whoever they are. And I've been looking forward to building this one for a while. I just hadn't gotten around to it. And since I recently did the Mandalorian bobblehead brickheads, I decided now was a good enough excuse to do this one. And then I'll probably do the other Mandalorian set I was sent next week. And then hopefully I will get back on a regular schedule of Tuesdays will be sets that you guys have sent me. Thursday will be vintage sets that I want to build, and then any other time that I fill in will be my personal builds. So those ones will be more sporadic. But I want to get into a regular schedule again because otherwise I forget to do stuff. So this should be fun. Let's get into this. Now we're going to build it by bag. So we'll start with bag number the first one. I'll give you a brick separator. Somebody recently asked me how many of these I have, and I have no idea. I've got a drawer full of them, and I've got them spread out all over my Lego room, so I'm never more than arm's reach from a brick separator. Up first we have our Mini, the Mandalorian himself. And this set came out, I think, before they had actually revealed his face on the show. So he just has a nondescript black head under his helmet. I have no idea if later ones they actually show his face. We'll find out, because I think I've got one from later in the series. So, we've got that, and now we build. Alright, there's the first part, which is, I don't know if you want to call it the torso, the hips. It's where the legs and the head all come together. And it's just been designed to look rusty and janky, and I've opted not to put any of the stickers on because I don't like stickers. And there were a couple of other design choices that struck me as kind of odd. This area right here, instead of using a 2x2 brick, they went with two 1x2 Technic beams that then had black Technic pegs between them, which I'm not sure if that was a design choice. It definitely wasn't a structure necessary structurally. It's not a load-bearing area, and it allowed them to take where you would have needed 2 parts and instead use 8. Now I don't. Kind of feels like they're inflating the part count, which the parts are there and they are useful parts, but I don't know. Just seemed an odd design choice to me. There were, of course, the usual plethora of extra parts that you get more of now because they put everything in bag, and every bag has its own extra parts. So, all right, on to bag 2. We have this one Cara Dune minifigure with a blaster. Most excellent. Now it looks like we're going to start building the head. Drain. But I finished bag 2. Spare parts. We have kind of our first, probably the only, real action feature, which is that, oh lord, that is a bit overly responsive. There's a dial on the back that causes the head to turn. Could use some gear reduction. Yeah, and there are going to be firing blasters here in the head. You push these and it'll fire the little red lasers. Again, there were some places where they definitely used more parts than necessary to kind of, I feel, pad out their part count. And again, with interior parts being weird colors, I got these greens and some reds. Usually those are going to be completely hidden, but I'm fairly certain these are still going to be noticeable when you open up the canopy to put your driver in, and dubious I say. All right, bag 3. there's leg number 1, and a couple of previous design choices have become clear. They're using parts in a way I don't think I've ever seen parts used before, and it's kind of neat. The usual plethora of spare parts. And now it stands. It's got big feet, but I suppose it needs that to be able to stand upright. Very cool. I'm digging it. They actually did. I really like how they did all the joints and articulations on the legs. I think that's actually very clever and very solid. That's the important part. It will stand on its own. All right, final bag. For minis, we have a couple of Raider goons. Same pants, same head, different helmet, different torso, different blasters. Very cool. Different armor bits. I dig it. The usual plethora of spare parts. They actually give you an extra laser, but it's actually listed as being there. And there it is. The completed ATST Raider. And now that we have all that mass on the head, it turns a little bit slower. We've got one guy standing here in the open top hatch, and then the other one is driving. They did do a nice job of making the hatch open up. I think they could have done a little bit better on the eyelids, but I'm not sure how precisely. I have a couple of ideas. I might try them. We will see. But we do have a couple more action features. I was wrong. There are additional action features. There are the lasers. Blamity! Blamity! Just pushing the back and it fires. And that's a neat feature. I like that. And they integrated it well. So when the lasers are in, you can obviously see them right there, and then they just kind of show right there. But for the most part, it's fairly innocuous. It does not, in my opinion, detract from the build. And the firing action feature is definitely a cool addition. So, yeah, I like it. I'd love to get the non-rusty version at some point. There's a couple of parts in here I know I don't have, so I wouldn't be able to just build on my own. Most of the rusty parts on here, the brown or red parts, I have and could probably replace some of them, but then I wouldn't have both. So I'll keep my eye out for that one. Maybe I'll go ahead and grab it at Bricks and Wheels the next time I'm up there if they happen to have it. Splurge and have them both. Because this is one of the better ones for minifig scale that they came out with. Some of the previous ones were just so atrocious, it was painful. In fact, I'm going to go grab one. This was, I believe, the first iteration, and it's missing the side guns, but it looks like somebody tried to build an ATST after having had it described to them by a 6-year-old. It's just, ew. So, to then have this is so much nicer, and I like it. I like how far LEGO has come in recent years. So, there you have it, 675254. My thanks to whoever said it, and thank you for watching.